Right, we are still unpacking Trump's tariffs and its implications, especially within this region. Now, many in Asia, especially within ASEAN, are left wondering how to interpret this move. Is maintaining neutrality still a viable option amid escalating US-China trade tensions? And what does it mean for smaller trade-dependent economies in the region? Now, here to help us is Professor Shandre Mugan Thangavelu, head from the Jeffrey Cha Institute of Southeast Asia. Thank you so much, Prof, for joining us. Now, let's tackle the first question, which is how should Asia, especially ASEAN, interpret this move right now? Is neutrality no longer an option in US-China trade tensions, considering the new development?
Well, neutrality is always the main focal point and the only equilibrium we have. The reason is what Trump has done is created a higher level of uncertainty and higher level of risk in the global trade itself, which basically means that you can't move to the right or the left, which means that neutrality and defensive position is the right way, and coalition is still the right way to manage the impact of differential tariff rates and using weaponizing trade and tariff as a means to achieve the other objective that doesn't come into the space or in terms of trade, in how we do business and so on and so forth. It creates a lot of uncertainty, higher level of risk, and added another institutional risk in terms of how we can conduct business with the US itself. And it's not just trade within countries, but also the multinationals have to unpack the real intention of what Trump is trying to do, and incorporating the institutional risk into their future investment decisions itself. That makes it very difficult to actually put a premium exactly what Trump is trying to do. So neutrality is still the right way to go. That will mitigate many things businesses want to do. Think of the future, think of the 5-year plan and a medium to long-term plan, and keep within that plan will be the right strategy, and not to fall into this trap, which Trump is actually trying to put a lot of traps and a lot of booby traps around, which basically means that 3 months ago it was 10%, and 3 months after it's 20%, and then he will increase the rate in not a very constructive, in a very clear manner. That's what the rule-based, market-based trading regime needs. He's weaponizing trade, and then in some way he's also legalizing rent-seeking, which basically means no country knows what the other deals that the other country has made, which is against the MFN principle itself. Right. So the question is neutrality. Yes, ASEAN centrality and neutrality is important. ASEAN should still keep the focal point of the 85% trade. That will give the baseline for them, and strengthen that base is very critical for them. And fairly, the other 25% of 20% trade with US, fairly they have to mitigate the risk as much as possible.
Right, Prof. We talk about, especially if we zone into this region, what are the likely spillover effects for small trade-dependent economies?
For small open economy, you need a rule-based trading regime to actually maintain the rule and to engage larger economies itself. So you don't have that rule, and as I mentioned before, you will end up the corner solution. It's not just the corner solution in trade, but a lot of other geopolitical issues will be incorporated in that element. That's what I meant by legitimizing and legalizing rent-seeking. When you go to that corner, you're going to see a lot of uncertainty and a lot of risk. So for small open economies, still the rule-based and market-based trading regime is the right way to go. And the way ASEAN centrality and ASEAN is built is focal points in terms of rule-based, market-based, and WTO principle is the key, which is actually this 80% of our total trade. So fairly, we need to find a substitute for the next 20%. So it's a short-run scramble to manage the mitigation effects. But fairly, from a multinational point of view, there will be less decoupling effects, because it's very difficult to understand how Trump is going to change his baseline tariff in next 3 to 4 months.
Right. Thank you so much, Prof, for your analysis. We're looking forward to more developments on this. Thank you so much. Right.